We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
It's been a long week, and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friend. Somebody come save me. It's 501, and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends. We'll see how this ends. Kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time, drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking Raceway tonight. Won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night, get a little crazy, let it all out, and howl at the moon. My head is beating like the plane has bells, and I can barely remember my name. Kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time, drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking Raceway tonight. Won't stop till the bottle's done. We're feeling alright. Turn it up and get down tonight. We're feeling alright. Turn it up and get loud tonight. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene. Have a little good time, drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking Raceway tonight. Won't stop till the bottle's done. Kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time, drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking Raceway tonight. Won't stop till the bottle's done.
Good evening, race fans. Tonight, the SCSRA Blue Team Alpha Truck Series is going to be taking on 45 laps at Sonoma, brought to you by Blue Team Alpha and Shib Racing. I want to thank all of our sponsors and all of you joining us tonight. We're going to do things a little bit different because it is a road course. We will be making some right-hand turns tonight as well. Not all these drivers, this is their favorite track. Hence, we only have 16 to 17 guys registered for tonight's race. There are some rules in there about drop races and stuff like that. So drivers will probably be taking advantage of that simply because road courses are not their favorite. What we're going to do first off, though, is we're going to go on board with a practice session from a little bit earlier today with Eddie Morris, so you guys get an understanding of what this lap is going to take. We can see coming off the start line here, he's entering into turn one right now. There's no audio. This is fantastic. That is what it is. Into turn one there, towards the top of that hill. It's going to be a little bit loose. It's a little bit warm out around track. We do have some elevation changes. As you can see, Eddie's going to be fighting this wheel as he comes on that right-hand side towards the curves. Now, With this right-hand turn here, you can go off course a little bit and get over on this curb. However, that curb is very bumpy and very aggressive. The end there is going to be wild. Turning right here down towards the S's, you want to kind of stay closer to that curb on the inside and then take advantage of that curb and make some, be aggressive on it. But you want to stay off the rest of them as it does cause your truck to get a little bit loose. This turn here is mighty slippery. As you can see, Eddie with some counter steer there, making that right-hand turn. You want to come onto this curb a little bit flat so that you can go down to that braking zone, shift down a gear, and come off this corner. Typically what I've seen is you want to be a gear higher than what you're used to being on this track. As you see coming up to pit road, he does make that dive right there on the track. That's your braking zone. Make that hairpin turn sharp. Stay away from this wall a little bit. There's some bumps there on the inside that cause it to go a little bit hanky towards the front stretch. We've got 45 laps tonight. The stage will be at the end of lap 10. The field will catch the stage this time, which is or catch the pace car, which is a little bit different than we normally do. We're trying to save some laps here on track. We've got about 5 seconds left in our practice session here. We're going to get started here. We're going to head to some more videos. The intro, or we're going to head to our national anthem. We're going to watch qualifying from a couple of different camera angles and see how everything goes tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Get the rocket train, the bomb must be there. Get moving back, get out and stay. Oh, say to that star-spangled banner, for the land and the brave. Get out of the rain. Because we are afraid. Yes, we are afraid. We're fighting today. The name of the brave. We are the USA. But those are the ways that makes us stay. It's up to you to say. Stand up brave. The USA. Oh, say to the star-spangled banner, for the land
All right, I want to thank Madison Rising for that introduction here. We are going to watch just a couple of different cameras here. Road courses are a little bit different for us broadcasters out here. There's not a whole lot to do, honestly. The stage is the only caution that's going to come out tonight. So we're going to, because there isn't going to be a whole lot of cautions, we just kind of going to set it on most exciting, and we're going to watch around and we're going to see what happens. I have been able to add a layout here, or a screen here for you. In the bottom right hand corner tonight, you're going to see a track map. It shows you where all the drivers are on track. Currently, you can see them out there. Now, we're just going to go ahead and switch this over to TV2. And we're just going to sit here for pretty much a majority of the night. There's not a whole lot to watch, but we'll get through it tonight. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is going to be an interesting race. Again, we have 45 laps. We've got 5 minutes left in our qualifying time. So we'll see what happens. Currently, your leader is Travis Bennett with a 118.706. Eddie Morris with a 124.96 in third. Devin Zimmerman's going to be in our third place right now. 119.935. We do have a lot of drivers out there still qualifying, so there's still obviously some time for everybody else. Right now out on track is going to be the 52 of Adam St. John. Looks like he may have just ended his qualifying time. Dave Wright is still out on track. He has finished his qualifying, and he is currently in 7th place. We're going to be watching the number 26 of Josh Mueller here. He's going to be taking the track here in just a moment. He has not pit yet. So we're going to watch his lap here. This is an out lap right now. Tires are still really cold. I did have some difficulty when I was practicing, even coming off of pit road, with how hot the track was. We do have a couple drivers out here right now. We have Josh Mueller, Adam St. John still out, and the number 88 of Kevin Graham is still out on track for his qualifying time as well. Dave Wright looks to be speeding it up. Maybe taking... No, he's already completed his qualifying. He's done for the day. He might just be going to get a little more practice in than he had before. See a lot of drivers do that, especially on these road courses. Number 88 of Kevin Graham seems to have lost a little bit there. Make sure our trading paints is updated. Now, SCSRA does have strict qualifying on, so any X's that you do incur during one of the laps does invalidate that lap. iRacing is pretty much the same way across the board, but this is no burnouts are allowed or anything like that with in the SCSRA. You can see how difficult this track is going to be tonight. It is very loose out there. Guy Bracco on track now as well. He has not put down a qualifying lap. Kevin Graham is going for a hot lap now. You can see how loose this truck is tonight, and it's going to be like this all night. This track is very warm. It is in Northern California right around this time of year. It's pretty hot out there anyways. With iRacing's new realistic weather system, and this lap will not count for Kevin Graham. With iRacing's new weather system, Tempest weather system, it does factor in the time of year that you set the session as well, which is pretty awesome based on historical data. One driver notably absent tonight, Devin Bacino, is not going to be in the field. He is very good at road courses. Devin is currently moving to Florida. He will not be here tonight or tomorrow night, but should be back next week. We should have him for Iowa, one of the tracks he's typically very good at as well. Now there is also within the SCSRA, there is a 5-lap and a minimum for the race to count towards your standings. You're allowed to miss 2 races per season, and one of those will be a drop race. The drop race cannot be in the last 2 weeks of the regular season. It just means that points, you get the average points that you've had for the season for the drop race. If you miss more than 2 races in a season, you are no longer eligible for the playoffs. Evan Graham struggling getting into the S's here. And it's not easy to do, to be fair. These trucks, the next gen race tomorrow night is also going to be very interesting. It is still just as slick out there as it is normally, or even more than normal when we talk about these track temperatures tonight. You can see Kevin still struggling to keep that truck in line. And that will be the end of our session. Our engine started here.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Realized that was very loud there when it was a little too late for that. Let me go ahead and get our starting grid up. On our first row, we have the 01 of Travis Bennett to his outside the number 36 of Devin Zimmerman. Looking forward to seeing what these drivers are able to do tonight. These two always towards the top 5 in our field, so I'm excited to see what they do tonight. Our second row in third place, Eddie Morris in that number 8 truck. New paint scheme for tonight. And the number 5 on his outside in the Ghost Racing Silverado, Sharn Hill. Starting on the inside of our third row is going to be Tyler Hurt in the number 97 truck. On his outside, number 46 truck of Mike Lipicki. In our fourth row to the inside, David Wright of Neon Racing. Adam St. John from our resident Australians going to be in 8th place tonight. Starting, Josh Mueller inside of row 5. Walt Lipicki outside of row 5. Joe Wright, Kevin Graham, row 6. Row 7, Ryan Gomes, Travis Burton. Row 8, Derek De Silva and Guy Bracco. And that rounds out our field tonight. Got our drivers out on track right now. They're on the formation lap. Let's go up to our leader here, Travis Bennett. You're going to see these guys take it nice and easy. Try to warm up these tires a little bit before they get going. It's going to be it's going to be a race of patience with how loose these trucks are. It's going to be an interesting one. There's going to be lots of incidents, lots of off tracks. We're getting a couple of them already. Now on the formation lap doesn't really count, so luckily they're not incurring any X's while this is happening. As they come through, we will do our best to review them and go live and go back and forth. Again, we have no cautions tonight except for the stage, so we'll have to review this stuff live and get back to the broadcast as soon as possible. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified every time SCSRA goes live or SCSRA broadcasting goes live. We are live Monday, Tuesday, or actually Sunday night with the NSRA, Monday night with the ASR Tour, Tuesday night with the SCSRA Blue Team Alpha Truck Series, and Wednesday night with the SCSRA Next Gen Series. That's brought to you by Dev Sports Cards. We're going to throw some commercials in here while everyone's racing as well, but you know we're not going to do it on the first lap. Pace car is off. They do have to wait until they get to the green flag. There is no Geico restart zone. Per the rules, though, the drivers will be able to go right off the wall. We have a green flag, folks. We are green flag racing on the first lap here at Sonoma Raceway in the SCSRA Blue Team Alpha Truck Series. We're going to watch, so we're going to go through some cameras here as we go along. Everyone gets through turn 1 cleanly. You see everybody taking their time. They're not wanting to rush this at all. Oh, we're going to get an off track here from Sharn Hill. Back up on track. Everything's good. Coming down the hill towards turn 4. As you can see, some of these drivers are going to be attacking that curb on the outside of that corner there. Allowed, but just be careful coming out. This is maybe my favorite camera of the night coming into these S's. Travis Bennett out with a fantastic jump and lead over Devin Zimmerman right now. Eddie Morris keeping pace with these drivers. Here's that corner I was saying. You want to get on that curb and kind of get on the brakes. Let's watch the hairpin as the crew goes through. And then we're just hanging out, folks. Our first lap's going to be completed here in just a moment. No incidents. We had one off track by Sharn Hill coming into turn 2. Not out of the ordinary. We got a little bit of an incident here in the hairpin. And let's see what happens. Now we're just going to get people putting their best times up. Again, you do have that track map at the bottom right-hand corner of your field, or on your screen tonight. This is going to show you where all the drivers are. Travis Bennett, our current leader. We're going to kind of go through the field as it happens here. Ooh, we got some contact here. See if we can go back and see what happened there. As with Derek De Silva, looks like he kind of loses it going over that hill. And like I said, this race is going to be a war of attrition. You just need to keep it straight. Number 16 car, Guy and Walt Lipicki towards the front here. Let's head back up to our leader. Devin Zimmerman currently back by 1.6 seconds here on this track. Eddie about 1.5 seconds behind him. And Dave Wright had a little bit of an off track here going into that curb. Not much, trying to get to the inside of his brother for Joe Wright. Dave Wright looks like he went off track there on the left-hand side coming off that turn. Head back here to Walt Lipicki. These guys coming off that hairpin here. Got another incident with Josh Mueller here. Joe Wright, Josh Mueller, all with 1Xs here. See if we can go back, see what happened. Looks like he kind of looped it here. Coming into turn 1, extremely dangerous place. Gets off the racing surface, waits for the cars or the trucks to pass him. Fantastic job on doing that. I know everyone truly appreciates that. Number 97 of Tyler Hurt making some grace pace through those S's right there. Currently the best lap times by Travis Bennett with a 1:19.809. That was on his last lap. Let's see what he does this time by. We have a race here. Oh man, as soon as I come to him, Adam St. John hard into the wall here. Looks like he kind of just loses it, locks it up, and hits the wall on the inside. Doesn't need to go down pit road. Nothing's broken. Oh, he does have a meatball flag. He is going to have to pit. Tyler Hurt closing that gap to Eddie Morris. You see how loose it is for Tyler Hurt. Watch the number 5 truck of Sharn Hill. Joseph Wright starting in 11th place tonight, making his way through this field. Gets a little off camber there, a little loose. Again, extremely hot track tonight. It is very slippery. These drivers are going to do everything they can to stay on pace. Eddie Moore is closing this gap to Devin Zimmerman for 2nd place. He's now still a 2.5 seconds behind. Actually, close that gap just a little bit up to Devin Zimmerman in front of him. This track is going to be very hard to pass at. 84 with a meatball flag. Let's see what happened here. Same thing has happened with Adam St. John. Just loses it coming off the S's there. And unfortunately, nowhere really to go. Makes contact with the wall. You see him down on pit road now. Number 52 also on pit road, coming for to fix his truck as well. Tyler Hurt catching up to number 8 of Eddie Morris. He's looking for that position. Let's watch our S's here as the teams are coming through, or the drivers are coming through. And you can see Travis get onto that curb, and that's when he's applying the brakes. These are still NASCARs. They're still NASCAR trucks. They don't like turning. Ooh, Tyler Hurt almost getting out of that. Off track. These are still NASCARs. They only like turning left. They're not fans of this right-hand turning stuff. So these cars are very hard to drive on most road courses, especially Sonoma. You see number 46 of Michael Lepicki kind of locking it up there on the hairpin. Joe Wright aggressively getting up with Michael Lepicki right behind him. The 01 of Travis Bennett is catching some lap traffic here of Adam St. John. Adam St. John wisely just gives him the spot, does not try to compete with that at all. But we're going to see a couple of other drivers come up to him. Let's see how he gets through all of this. I'm sure Travis Bennett is thankful that these guys just got out of it, or Adam St. John just let him go to round. But Adam St. John, I'm sorry, not Adam St. John, Travis Bennett is going to be catching some more lap traffic here in that number 84 truck. Number 1 of Guy Bracco just gets out of the leader's ways here. He needs to complete one more lap, and I would not be surprised to see him pull off this track for the rest of the night. He hates road courses. Travis Bennett through the lap traffic. He's coming up to the number 84 truck next. Sharnhill coming out of the airpin right now. Eddie Morris now next to pass the number 36 truck. Actually, the 36 truck is in front of him. They're coming up on the number 52 of Adam St. John. We're going to watch Adam here for a minute as these guys go around him. Adam loses it coming into the S's. That's going to allow everyone behind him by him again. But this is what a lot of these drivers wanted to see. They didn't want to have to worry about lap traffic. Adam back in the fray of things in front of the 97 of Tyler Hurt. Does slow him down a little bit. Like I said, passing at this track is going to be really hard tonight. A lot of these passes are going to be done when a driver makes a mistake. It's a good points race for some of these drivers, because there's not a lot of drivers involved tonight. They don't want to be. I can't necessarily say I blamed them. This field really spread out right now. There's 14 seconds between the leader and our 5th place driver, Sharn Hill. Travis Bennett just putting on a show tonight so far with a 4.7 second lead over Devin Zimmerman. Eddie Morris now 2 seconds behind Devin Zimmerman, not able to close that gap. Devin Zimmerman now 4.6 seconds behind the 01 truck of Travis Bennett, who's now fighting with some lap traffic in that 56 truck of Walt Lipicki and that 84 truck of Dave Wright. Pit entry is closed. The stage is going to be handled a little bit differently tonight. These drivers will catch the pace car the first time by. Normally they go around a lap and then catch the pace car. It is going to come out as soon as the driver passes the start-finish line. This is so we can save some time under caution for the stages. So we will get 2 to go pretty quick. So that's the goal. That's why we handle it a little bit differently. Here at road courses. Eddie able to close that gap here to Devin. I'm not sure if Devin made a mistake. There's nothing that shows here. He may have just got loose off a corner. You can see Devin able to attack those inside curbs. They're coming off of turn 7, I think it is. I think it is turn 7. And being able to attack those curbs, you cannot do that in the next gen cars. You can do it in the trucks because the suspension's a little more forgiving. But the trucks, no way. Or the next gens, no way. Tried doing that, not happening. Those cars get airborne. Eddie taking the exit of the hairpin really wide to be able to get whatever traction down he can. Tyler hurt with the 2X here. Derek Da Silva. Let's go back and take a look here. Looks like he makes contact with the wall coming off the hairpin. You can see Travis Bennett even struggling to keep that truck in line here. Kevin Graham loops it coming off the corner here. Just stays off the racing surface. Travis Bennett coming into the S's now. This is going to be our last lap on stage. We will get the caution coming up to the end of this lap here. Eddie Morris about 3 seconds behind Devin Zimmerman. Folks, we're going to go right to a commercial break here, right as our leader crosses the line, catches the field here. You're going to have to see him check up for the pace car here. Pace car is out. The field is going to catch the pace car here. And that is the end of our stage. Right now, here's our finishing order for the wrong one here. Hang on. Here's the finishing order for our stage. Travis Bennett, Devin Zimmerman, Eddie Morris, Tyler Hurt, Sharn Hill round out our top 5. Mike Lipicki, Joe Wright, Ryan Gomes, Josh Mueller, Derek Da Silva round out our top 10. 11th place, Kevin Graham. 12th place, Dave Wright, Walt Lipicki, Adam St. John, and Guy Bracco rounding out our field tonight. We're going to go to commercial break real quick, folks. We'll be right back. see our drivers here on pit road. There goes our leader, Travis Bennett. Right behind him, Devin Zimmerman. We have a couple of cars still heading down pit road now. They were lapped down, so they weren't able to pit on the opening lap. We should get 2 to green this time by. Nothing really to watch at this point. Everyone's going to catch the pace car. So we're going to run another commercial here because that might be it for the rest of the night. We'll be right back. And that was Dev Sports Cards and Eddie Morris, or Morris Customs, with our commercial break. As you can see, the field is still spread out. We are 1 to go, which means the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be going green this time by. Some of the field still struggling to catch back up. The number 26 truck of Josh Mueller, Dave Wright, Derek De Silva, and Adam St. John will not catch the field as we go green here. Travis Bennett takes the green flag. We're going to watch turn 1 here. This is Eddie Morris's only chance really to get around Devin Zimmerman. We saw how clean they were last time by. Eddie Morris able to make that move. Sharnhill on the outside coming off of turn 1. Eddie Morris into second place. Devin Zimmerman behind. Sharnhill makes the dive in front. Devin to the inside of Eddie Morris. We're going to watch this race here. Sharnhill to the outside of the number 97. This is going to be a long race from here, folks. We've got a lot of racing left to do. 32 laps. There will be some green flag stops in here. This field's going to spread out here pretty quickly. There's not, again, a whole lot to talk about when it comes. They're going down this downhill here. Again, you want to attack this curb to get straight so you can get to that braking point. Sharnhill up to 4th place now. See if anybody has any issues with this hairpin. Eddie Morris into 2nd place. Devin Zimmerman takes the corner a little wide here. Sharnhill also takes it wide, which allows Tyler Hurt to the inside. We've got a truck coming off of pit road. That number 01, or that number 1 of Guy Bracco just stays off the racing surface, allows everyone by. And he's going to come up at a respectable time and not get in anybody's way. I'm sure these leaders are thankful for that as well. Clean racing so far between everybody. A lot of drivers getting 1Xs right now. You hear Guy taking it slow around the track. He's not one to push these road course races. He's not a fan of turning right. He's normally a super speedway driver. The guy, he's the gentleman that broadcasts for us on Wednesday night, as well as Monday night for the ASR Tour. Joseph Wright, Ryan Gomes getting a 1X right there. Looks like that may have just been attacking a curb. Let's go to this hairpin cam as these drivers come through here. It looks like Guy just again getting out of the way of the number 20 or the 26 truck. Ryan Gomes here. We haven't talked much about him. He's still running that Lowe's truck tonight. Decided that maybe Caterpillar didn't want to be his sponsor anymore. Makes an off track here, comes back on track right in front of Joseph Wright. Ooh, right behind Joe Wright. Josh Mueller looks like getting a little bit. That's the number 88 truck actually of Kevin Graham. Joe Wright right on Ryan Gomes' bumper. These corners are off. Again, this is really hard to pass this track, that's for sure. Joe Wright backs out of it. Ryan Gomes, another off track here, off that curb. Not a lot of good passing places here. Ryan Gomes makes a small mistake coming off the corner here. Joseph Wright allowed past to take 7th from Ryan Gomes. That was a battle for 7th here. Let's head up here to Sharn Hill, who's currently less than half a second behind Tyler Hurt here for 5th place. So Tyler Hurt was able to get around him for that 4th place position. Eddie Morris also behind the number 52 car of Adam St. John. Can't spend too much time behind him because he has Devin Zimmerman, that 36 truck, breathing down his neck. He's got to get past Adam. Adam takes it wide here, able to let Eddie pass. Doesn't really hold up the 36 truck though, which is going to get him right on his bumper. There's a couple of places to make a pass here. The hairpin is one of them by making a dive pass in. Eddie Morris goes wide on the exit here. Zimmerman's right on his bumper. Want to check in with Chatland real quick. I haven't checked with y'all yet. Adam, before the race, mentioning good luck, fellas, going to be some hard work. Cheese wondering if he's going to be involved in any of these wrecks. He's not even on track, so I'm going to say no. But that's not saying much. Cheese lives pretty close to Sonoma, if I do understand correctly. Justin Bell, what's up? What's going on, bud? Thanks for joining us. And Miss Miller, of course, rooting for Devin Zimmerman, as always. We are watching these two battle it out for 2nd place. Eddie not really able to gain any positions or any... You see him kind of building that gap a little bit, but it's not very convincing yet. But again, at this road course, it may be more convincing than you want to be, than you think it would be. Kevin Graham again off track. Head back up to the battle for second place. Eddie Morris and Devin Zimmerman. Eddie Morris to extend that gap on that lap by a second. Still watching on board here with Eddie Morris. Looks like there was an incident back here with Kevin Graham, Josh Mueller. Let's take a look. Mueller just unfortunately loses it in front of Kevin Graham and Dave Wright, both with 4Xs from that incident. Joe Wright with an off track here. Looks like, yep, just into the dirt there when he comes off the track, off that downhill. Not surprising it happens. Michael Lepicki. Like I said, folks, we're going to try to keep up with this, but there's going to be a lot of off tracks tonight. Kevin Graham. Let's see here. That was Guy, actually. That happened at the same time. Let's see what happens here with Kevin Graham. Just loops it again. Loses control of the vehicle going into the turn. Burns the tires down. Unfortunately, not really something you want to do here. Simply because once you do that, you warm those tires up really fast. Guy with a meatball flag here. Well, just a black flag. Goes off track. In my opinion, he did this just to get out of Eddie and Devin's way. He doesn't want to be in anybody's way tonight. Josh Mueller with a meatball flag. Let's see what happened here. Touches the brakes, I'm going to say a little too late, and gets looped into that wall. We've seen a couple of drivers happen to tonight. He's going to head down pit road and get that fixed. Number one truck with a commanding 6-second lead over Eddie Morris. Devin Zimmerman still on his bumper, less than a second back now. Josh Mueller in the pits to get his truck fixed. Adam St. John and Ryan Gomes both in the pits right now. See Eddie getting really loose coming off that corner here, which allows Devin Zimmerman to get to the inside. Eddie Morris, those tires are heating up. Gives up second place to Devin Zimmerman, who just lay in waiting. That's what you have to do with this track. You just have to wait it out. We've got 25 laps to go. We've only gone 8 laps since the end of our stage. If these tires are getting that hot after only 8 laps, this race is going to be a struggle. I did notice when I was doing some test laps here in the next gen car that those outside or those left side tires and the rear tires get worn a lot just because of how much you slide around. Let's take a look at what happened with Guy here. He had an off track coming here. Yep. Too hot into that corner, but it happens. I did that a few times yesterday when testing. Travis Bennett still with a commanding lead of 10 seconds. Now, in your map, the number that gets highlighted in your map is currently the driver I'm watching. If you can take a look, you can see just where the 01 car is, how much further ahead of the 36 he is. Let's watch here. There's the 36. Here's Travis Bennett going into the hairpin now, and the 36 is just now going into the hairpin. Still with a 9.5 second lead. Eddie Morris in 4th place. You can see everyone kind of sliding into this corner. Sharn Hill sliding in the middle of the corner, almost takes out those tires on the right-hand side, inside on the inside of that hairpin. Let's go on board with Travis Bennett on this next lap, and let's see if we can find out how ginger he has to be on this throttle this time, or during this race. You can hear he's not really pushing that hard. I mean, I don't think he really can, unfortunately. Only 2 drivers with the 0X so far. That's our leader, Travis Bennett, and our driver in 3rd place, Eddie Morris. Let's go on board with Travis Bennett here. Coming up to 2 lapped cars right now. Number 52, I believe that was Guy as well that just got out of the way in that number 1 truck. In 3rd gear going through these turns here. Barely on the throttle going over that hill. Down to 2nd gear. Onto the curb here. That's exactly how you want to take that curb. You would think to go down to 1st gear, but you definitely do not want to do that, because as soon as you get back on the throttle, you're going to push it way too hard. Eddie Morris back up to 2nd place. Devin Zimmerman currently in the pits, coming off of pit road now. Only lost 4 positions on that, down to 6th place. You can hear how ginger we are here. Now, let's head on board with Devin Zimmerman and see if he can be any more aggressive with new tires. That was 1 lap with our leader, Travis Bennett. Let's go on board with Devin Zimmerman, who's just off of pit road. Now remember, this lap out, they're going to be colder tires, so he's not going to be able to push as hard as he'd like to be. We've got 21 laps left in this race. You can still hear how gentle he has to be on this throttle. Trying to get around that 26 truck of Josh Mueller. Josh gets out of the way, but you see how easy it is to lose this. He's coming up to the 56 currently of Walt Lepicki. Walt stays to the outside line to allow Devin by. Doesn't really attack the curb there. Let's see what his Travis Bennett's last lap time was a 1:23.223. Let's see what Devin puts down for this lap and see how much different the lap times are. Now remember, the fastest lap currently is 1:19.809, set by our leader Travis Bennett in that 01 truck. Devin not shifting up to 4th, it looks like there. Or he's in 4th already. 3rd. Not sure what just happened there. Interesting. Okay. Guy staying out of the way of Devin. His last lap was a 1:22.812, so he's about 4/10 quicker than our leader right now, Travis Bennett. Will 4/10 really make much of a difference in the long run? I don't think so. That lap, or that gap, was still a 10-second gap. Eddie Morris down to 4th place. Devin Zimmerman seems to be on a little bit faster of a lap this time by. Leader's last lap time was a 1:23.345. Let's see what Devin does this time by. This is again with new tires. Adam St. John with a meatball flag. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. He's already had one today. That may be the end of his race tonight. Eddie Morris on pit road currently. Kevin Graham taking that corner really wide. Devin Zimmerman last time by with the 1:21.113. Eddie Morris off track here, or back onto track. Coming off pit road. A couple other drivers went down with him. 82 of Joseph Wright. Again, that number 52 truck did have to go in for a meatball flag. Look at our weather here. Currently, the track temperature is 129 degrees. That's as high as iRacing lets it go. The outside temperature is 84 degrees, clear with a 5-mile-an-hour wind to the west, 22% humidity. That track temperature is exactly what's causing all of the problems. Let's see if we can go back and watch what happened with Eddie here. And see where he lost these track positions. He was already behind Tyler Hurt. So this happened a little bit further back. That is unfortunately not going to be something we're going to take a look at. But Eddie Morris currently is 10 seconds behind Devin Zimmerman. Sharn Hill and Travis Bennett have not pit yet. Eddie Morris still with the 0X. So Sharn Hill and Travis Bennett are... There's still more people to pit. You see Eddie even losing it there. Travis may just run this out to as late as he can. He's got a 17-second or 18-second lead over Sharn Hill right now. But between Sharn Hill and Devin Zimmerman is a 25-second gap between those two drivers. Travis just playing it smart with the throttle inputs here. Number 52, Adam St. John, heading back out on track after getting his truck fixed. Still got some damage on that left side here. You can see he's missing a fender and lots of paint missing. We don't need no fenders at road racing. This ain't Daytona. Sharn Hill still 19 seconds back now from Travis Bennett. They're both their pits were on both of their last pit stops were on lap 12 during that caution for our stage. Right now, Eddie Morris is the fastest driver on track with the 121.9 in his last lap. Sharnhill in the pits from second place. Let's see what position he comes out in. Now, Travis Bennett in that 01 Bucky's truck is going to be facing some lap traffic here in the number 56 truck of Walt Lepicki. Walt Lepicki staying in line, letting Travis Bennett by. Next truck is the number 97. Not the 97, I'm sorry. The 36. Who is that in front of him? The number 26. Let's see how we go into this corner here. Number 26 takes it really wide for Travis to go around and not have any issues. Awfully cordial. Sharnhill back out on track, coming out in 5th place behind Tyler Hurt, Eddie Morris, and Devin Zimmerman. Tyler Hurt pit on lap 28. You can see Travis Bennett currently in the pits. Now let's see if Devin Zimmerman was able to close this gap at all. Looks like everyone's about a 42-second gap, or a 42-second time on pit road. At the end of that lap, it was a 40.3 second gap between Travis Bennett and Devin Zimmerman. Travis Bennett still on pit road, getting his right side tires replaced. You can hear, or here's Devin Zimmerman going into the hairpin now. Let's see where Travis pulls off here. Travis is off pit road. Devin Zimmerman just past start finish line. We have a 28-second gap. Now remember that Travis Bennett's tires are going to be cold, so he's not going to be able to push it nearly as hard. Last lap by, Devin Zimmerman ran a 121.6. It is now a 6-second gap between first and second from sector 1. But Travis Bennett's tires are going to be roughly 3 laps newer. That can make a big difference, but Devin Zimmerman's best opportunity is right now to make up as much time as he can to Travis Bennett. His tires are still hot, or his tires are still warm, so he has an opportunity to close this gap. But Travis Bennett has dominated this race tonight. All 30 laps have been led by him. Eddie Morris with a 1X finally. So Travis Bennett is our only driver left that has not had any incidents on track. This means it was a simple off track. We'll go back and take a look. Take a look and see what happened. We have 14 laps to go this time by. Now, while Devin Zimmerman trying to close that gap to Travis Bennett lays down a 142.228. That does include his pit stop. Devin Zimmerman with a 122.7, but Devin, the gap is now 8.8 seconds. There's no drivers around him. He's just having to be super gentle on the throttle. Travis Bennett is going to be able to bring this gap back up to a 10 to 15 second gap here. Let's take a look at Eddie's 1X here and see what happened here. Oh, just goes a little hot into the corner. We did watch that. Let's see here. Let's go take a look at Sharnhill currently through the hairpin. Dave Wright coming onto that curb right in front of the leader, coming into the hairpin. Let's see if he stays to the outside. He stays to the outside to allow the leader, Travis Bennett, through without incident back onto the racing surface. Here's Devin Zimmerman coming into the hairpin now. That is up to an 11-second gap here. Third place, Eddie Morris and Tyler Hurt. Fastest lap just put down by Travis Bennett, 1:19.221. Eddie Morris and Tyler Hurt battling it out for third place here. This is our closest race we've got on the track right now, so we're going to watch this for a few laps. Let's go on board with Tyler Hurt as he tries to make this pass on Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris, you see, getting a little loose off the corners here. Tyler coming off that corner is just counter steering. Eddie Morris way outside, able to get back on track safely. Tyler Hurt extremely aggressive with his braking here. You see him just sawing at that wheel to try to keep it on track. Like I had mentioned before, this is going to be one of your only passing zones is into this hairpin. Eddie Morris just kind of slides through the corner here. But Eddie Morris able to get to the outside and take that truck wide. You don't want to be too aggressive with these tires. Again, it's 129-degree track temperature. These tires have got to be hot. The harder you push, though, the faster these tires are going to heat up. Guy is going to wisely just stay out of the way. I would do the same exact thing if I was him. I'd be going way outside. Let these guys by. Eddie almost loses it coming into the S's here. Tyler Hurt right on his bumper. He does not want to give up that third place. Tyler's just laying in wait here to see what happens. Eddie again almost loses it coming off the corner there. Tyler Hurt able to make the pass. Like I said, he was just waiting for any kind of mistake. Eddie's tires are really hot. I'm assuming that's because he was pushing hard to try to stay in front of Tyler Hurt. Not 100% sure on that. But Tyler Hurt makes the pass for third place. Devin Zimmerman here now 12 and a half seconds behind our leader, Travis Bennett. Coming up to some more lap traffic again. Gets around the 84 of Dave Wright and the number 26 of Josh Mueller clean. Let's head to number 55, Ryan Gomes, battling it out with Sharn Hill. Sharn Hill able to make the pass here pretty easily on the number 55. Looks like he was just maybe got a little loose or a little hot into the corner there. Sharn Hill's last pit stop was on lap 30. Ryan Gomes was on lap 21, so his tires are significantly hotter, significantly more worn. Joseph Wright is the next target for the number 5 truck, but that gap is pretty big, by about 35 seconds, so we've got some time. Top 5 currently: Travis Bennett, Devin Zimmerman, Tyler Hurt, and Eddie Morris, and Joseph Wright. Rounding out our top 5, Sharn Hill, Ryan Gomes, Michael Lepicki, Dave Wright, and Josh Mueller rounding out your top 10. Now, Guy will be able to say one thing here in this number 1 truck. He's not going to come last. Derek Da Silva is off track and done for the night. Let's head back to the number 55 of Ryan Gomes. He gets around the number 88 truck of Kevin Graham. The number 8 car of Eddie Morris got close to the number 97 here. Tyler Hurt now with the 2-second lead, 1.3 second lead over Eddie Morris. Just watching the map, folks, to see if there's anything that comes up here. We have less than 10 laps to go. We're at 9 laps to go this time. You can hear a guy just taking it easy through these corners just to, one, stay out of the way also if drivers coming through, but again, road courses aren't his favorite thing. They're not a lot of drivers' favorite things, to be fair. Adam St. John on pit road again. Got a black flag this time, maybe for speeding on pits. Travis Bennett coming up to the hairpin. Ooh. Another off track right in front. 56 comes right back on track here. In front of our leader. 01 makes it around him. Got some parts flying on track. Good thing they're virtual. They don't affect anybody's cars here. This is going to be heading to the S's here. The driver in front of him just gets out of the way. I believe that was Guy. The S's in these trucks are really tricky because of the elevation change. One, because of the elevation change, and two, because it's so damn hot out here on track. There's not a whole lot really you can do to even save your truck. Travis Bennett, currently our leader, still with the fastest lap times on track at a 1:21.7. His last pit stop was on lap 30, so his tires are about 8 to 9 laps old now. The number 1 car, it's a meatball flag. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Ooh. Just clobbers that inside wall there. Probably, look, his car just magically fixed itself. Those are those parts that were bouncing around on track. The number 52 truck, Adam St. John, still on pit road. Sharnhill is still 25 seconds behind Eddie Morris in 5th place. Joseph Wright able to overtake Eddie Morris. Looking to get around the number 97 of Tyler Hurt. Where did Joe come from? I think Joe's just been saving his tires this entire race. His last pit stop was on lap 26. You can see that he's sawing, or Tyler Hurt sawing at the wheel in front of him, trying to keep this truck straight. Go right to the outside. Wide turn, gets late into the brakes there. We're going to watch Joe Wright here for a minute as this battle continues for third place between Joseph Wright and the 82 truck we're currently on board with, and the number 97 of Tyler Hurt right in front of him. Tyler Hurt having a hard time controlling this truck coming into turn 1. You see that in front of you. Coming off the turn 2, look at how easy it is for Joe Wright. Not necessarily easy, but he's not having to saw at the wheel like some of these other drivers are. He's able to close that gap commandingly. He just needs to get the inside here, but he's taking it easy because he knows that that 97's kind of closing that gap, making sure he can't go too far. Joe Wright's just kind of laying here. He's doing the same thing that Tyler did to Eddie and just sat here. With how loose Tyler's truck is, it's only a matter of time before he makes a mistake. He's doing the same thing that Eddie was trying to do, keep the driver behind him. You can see Joe's not pushing it hard, which is giving him a lot easier of a run through turns, I guess, 1 through 5, 1 through 6. And even in those S's, he's not having to push as hard. On every corner, you see Tyler's getting a little bit loose, having to counter steer. He's not careful. He's going to heat those tires up to the point of no return. You can see even just going into turn 1, Joe's able to close that gap and get right back on his bumper. He's just waiting for Tyler to make a big enough mistake to where he could take advantage of it. Tyler protecting the inside here, going into defense mode. Joe makes contact with Tyler coming off that corner. Tyler's still blocking. Joe tries to go to the outside, does the switch up, but Tyler slows it down enough to where he can still protect that inside line here. Now, if he gets around Tyler here, does he have enough time to get anywhere close to Devin Zimmerman? I don't think so. It's a 14-second gap between second and third place right now. But Joe Wright, right on the bumper of third place. Battle for third that we're watching right now. We've got 4 laps left in this race. Joe is right on the bumper of Tyler Hurt. And through turn 1, Tyler's having some struggles with keeping the truck straight. You can hear Joe, he's not even full throttle. He's just waiting. He's going to attack when it's right. But Tyler, extremely aggressive on the brakes here. And he's having to, you can see how unstable that truck is. Joe Wright having to slow down too much for these corners here. Tyler makes drifts to the outside here, gives Joe Wright the inside line, and that's Joe for third place. Joe Wright takes over third place. All this battling brings Eddie back into the question here for fourth place. Now, because Tyler was pushing that truck so hard, he may be able to get to him. With how loose that truck was the last 2 laps, Eddie may have a chance here to get fourth place. Lots of counter steering, lots of power sliding in these trucks. These guys are really having to drive the hell out of these trucks. You can see Eddie even having to counter steer into the corner because that truck is just sliding everywhere. But you saw how fast that gap closed here to Tyler Hurt from Eddie Morris's point of view. Coming into that hairpin and coming out of that hairpin, Tyler was almost completely sideways. We are 3 laps left to go. We're going to get 2 laps left to go as the leader passes the line here. Will Eddie be able to make the move before the end of this race? This is the closest battle we have on track to all of these drivers. The 52 is in front of this group here of Adam St. John. He is several laps down. Will this come into play here? Eddie able to close that gap significantly between him and Tyler Hurt. We are 2 laps left to go. Our leader currently in turn 3. We're going to stay right here with our leaders here. The number 56 gets out of the way, but that's able to close the gap here between the number 82 truck and the number 97 of Tyler Hurt. We're going to stay right here, folks. This is the most exciting race we're going to see all day. Tyler Hurt, Joe Wright, Eddie Morris for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. These drivers are going to get the 2 to go right here. Eddie Morris and Tyler Hurt are going to race this out. Eddie Morris is now in the position that Tyler was earlier. Tyler Hurt makes a mistake coming off the corner here of turn 1. Not able to keep it under him. Gives Eddie Morris the pass for 4th place here. Let's see if Eddie can hold on to it for 2 laps. With how loose Tyler Hurt's truck was, I would not be surprised if he's... Let's go on board with Tyler and see how much looser this truck is compared to what we were watching with Joseph Wright. The number 52 truck of Adam St. John just gets out of the way of Eddie Morris and allows him past. You can see... I don't even think Adam had a choice in that one. Tyler Hurt just extremely loose off of all of these corners. We are 1 to go currently. Eddie Morris is going to take 4th place. Joseph Wright up to 3rd place. Let's go on board with our leader, Travis Bennett, who has a 23-second lead over our 2nd place, Devin Zimmerman. We are on the last lap currently. Adam St. John says a lot slicker than I practiced the other day. Yeah, Adam, the track is super hot today. We're at 130 degrees still. On board with Adam, or with Travis Bennett. He's going to take the win here, as long as nothing happens, which I don't think it will. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go full throttle again for the rest of this race. Travis Bennett with a fantastic showing, leads every lap of the race tonight. All 45 of our laps from the onset, qualified P1. He's got a 2-second, or his laps are about 2 seconds faster than the 2nd place driver of Devin Zimmerman. Devin Zimmerman heading into the hairpin right now. Great showing from a lot of these drivers tonight. Travis Bennett still the only driver with the 0X tonight. Devin Zimmerman is going to take home 2nd place. Let's go back to our 3rd place driver. Heading into the hairpin right now with the 4th place, Eddie Morris. Top 3 tonight, Travis Bennett, Devin Zimmerman, and Joseph Wright. Watch Travis burn it down for a second here as he heads back around. He's going to pop his tires before he ever gets to the start-finish line. He won't even be able to make it there. Folks, that was our road racing for this night in our SCSRA Blue Team Alpha Truck Series. Guy, you did a great job. You didn't come in last tonight, bud. We're going to get our interviews here started in just a moment with our 3rd place driver of Joseph Wright. Travis, anytime he touches the gas now, the car is just getting loose because he did those tires up beyond repair. I don't think you can cool those down if you wanted to. We're going to get our top 3 here to the start-finish line. We're going to pause it right there. Let's see what camera we've got that we can focus on these guys with. That's as close as we're going to get tonight. Still waiting for everyone to hop into the waiting room here. We do have our winner, Travis Bennett, but I don't really want to talk to him yet. I want to talk to Joseph Wright. There's Joe Wright. Joe Wright, this is David in the booth. You got me?
Hello, Dave. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bud? So you went from, where'd you start? 11th, I think it was?
Yeah, I missed qualifying. I was busy doing something here at the house.
Understood. But came home with a 3rd place, kind of taking a commanding drive in that last couple of laps. When you were following Tyler Hurt there, it looked like he was just kind of battling that, or fighting that truck left and right, sawing at the wheel while you were just completely steady. What was the plan there as you were just sitting there laying in wait?
Yeah, just patience, waiting for the mistake. You know, he was taking away some of the apexes on purpose to try to block my runs off the corners, which is fine. It's part of racing, right? I gave him a little business at one point. I'm sure he's gonna say something about it if he'll say something maybe someday. But yeah, gave him a little business. Then just waited for the mistake again. He ran wide. I got underneath of him, and that opened it up.
All right, yeah. Watching the race, I mean, you definitely felt like out of nowhere through that stage. After the stage, it looked like you had just ran 15 laps of just tire savings the entire time while everyone else was fighting this truck. How was the track with temperature at one point when we looked was 129 degrees. It was probably the hottest it's ever been on this track.
Yeah, and before the stage, I spun, just a dumb move. That kind of set me back a little bit. I was up to like 7th, I think. I didn't think I lost any positions, but it set me back time-wise during the cautions and things of that nature. And then when the restart happened, I don't know what happened with the pit stops, but essentially the lappers came out with 1 to go and got stuck in the middle of the field. So I got stuck behind them. Had I been clear of them early on, maybe I get at least a run at the front. But Travis and Devin were the class of the field all night. So.
All right. Well, again, Joe, congratulations on 3rd place tonight. Anybody you want to thank out there?
Yeah, thanks to Blue Team Alpha again this week, and another podium 2 weeks in a row, I think. Yeah. So doing good. Actually, 3 weeks. I think we got the win, then we got this, and then last week I think we got a podium. So doing pretty good here. Loving the trucks this season. I like the changes they made to the bodies. Shout out to you for coming in here, SCSRA and Dev Sports Cards, and all the awesome sponsors we got in the program, and then as well as Eddie Morris Customs and the Team Neon boys. Me and Eddie put in some practice this week here. Felt pretty good in this car. Trying to work on the other one tomorrow and go racing tomorrow night.
All right, Joe. Again, congratulations, sir. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow.
Later, bro.
Thanks. That was our 2nd place driver of Joseph Wright. I was our 3rd place driver. Let's bring up our 2nd place driver, Devin Zimmerman. Devin, you got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, I talk to you all too often in 2nd. When's it coming?
I thought we had a shot tonight, but no, Bennett was just a little too strong. I couldn't hang with him. I tried to the first run and ended up kind of smoking the rears a bit. So 2nd, after the stage, I was like, I'm just going to run my race. And I think I'm probably the 2nd best car here anyway. So 2nd is what we'll finish.
I would have to agree with you. You kept that gap pretty stable as the run went on between you and Travis. He just was, as other people would say, an alien tonight. He had this truck and this track figured out. The track temperatures were extremely hot, 129 degrees, which is as hot as iRacing lets it go. I imagine, this race was extremely difficult for a lot of drivers tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely very slick. Anytime you try to put the gas down at all, you're at risk of looping it around, which I think some of the guys did pretty often tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just a slick track. You just got to be careful with throttle control and especially off all the turns, which is what I did the second run. And I was being a little more conservative, and Eddie got around me. But he kind of found out, I think, as the rim went on. I could see the back end of the truck just fishtailing down straightaways, and I was like, yeah, he burnt them up a bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of drivers. There was a lot of drivers turning left to go right tonight. It was very interesting to watch. Again, congratulations on your second place. I know the track temperature is going to be a little bit lower tomorrow based on the practice sessions I've done, but with the increased power, we're going to see a lot of the same thing tonight, where a lot of drivers are going to struggle tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to make many laps. I think I did maybe 20 on the truck before the race tonight, most of those during practice, and it's going to be about the same for the Cup car. So, I just kind of have to show up and see what I have. I'm not expecting much. I love road course racing, but I'm not great at it. It's just really fun. So just making it to the finish line is winning enough.
Absolutely understood. All right, Devin, anybody you want to thank out there in Chatland again?
Thank everybody who's watching, all the fans out there, for all the drivers again. Thanks to my mom. I know she watches every week, and a few others also out there watch me. Appreciate all of them. Thank you up in the booth for putting this on. I know sometimes it gets a little boring on a road course when a guy's 15, 20 seconds ahead of everybody, but it was tough just hanging with him. So we do what we can. Thanks to all the sponsors for Tank Racing, OnTech, 100 Anesthesia, Healthcare Billing, Common Sense Supplements. Appreciate them, all of them. And
Well, we hope to talk to you tomorrow night in the booth as well. Congratulations again on second place, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep, we'll give it a shot, of course.
You know it.
See you later. Yep.
That was our second place driver, Devin Zimmerman. Let's talk to our winner, Travis Bennett. Travis, you got me?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, another commanding performance tonight. 45 of 45 laps led, 20-second lead there at, I think it was a 15-second lead at the stage and a 22-second lead there at the end. How did you do it tonight? Everyone else seemed to struggle with the high temperatures on the track. You didn't seem to struggle really at all. What was the difference between what you were doing and anybody else was doing?
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. If I do know, I'd tell you. I got a little bit of experience running the old '87 Cup cars.
Okay.
And that teaches you a lot to not touch the gas, basically. Because things are on ice. And just try to stay in the highest gear possible without bogging down. So when you get off the corner, you don't spin the tires and put any kind of stress on it, and any kind of slide. Just try to minimize that slide. There was one point, I believe it was right after the last pit stop, where I basically wrecked at the top of the hill, and I had to lock it down, and I did drag the tires a lot. And I'm like, man, I hope that don't screw me to the end of the tire cycle. But I guess it worked out.
It definitely worked out for you. I do know that next gen's maybe a little bit better tomorrow. Not guaranteed, though. I know the track temperature will be lower than it is tonight. However, I'm not sure if that's going to make much of a difference with the increase in power. But with some experience in the 87s as well, those are definitely very tricky cars to drive. No matter where you go, it's definitely throttle control to the max. So, if you've got that experience down, you should be pretty good for tomorrow night as well. I'll look forward to seeing what you're able to do. But again, congratulations on the win. Anybody out there you want to thank, Travis?
And I just want to thank you for doing all this. Thanks for everybody showing up, and I do want to send my apologies out there to Guy. Man, I plowed him in practice, and he probably forgot all about it, but it was still on my mind. He's a good guy, no pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know that Guy's not probably going to have any hard feelings about it. road courses are his least favorite thing to do. So I wouldn't be surprised here if one, he's either forgot about it, or two, just doesn't really care.
Right. But even if it is his least favorite thing to do, he still showed up and participated. And that's what makes the league good, man. You come out and hang out with friends, even if it's not your favorite thing to do that week. You still showing up.
Absolutely. Well, again, Travis, congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing what you do tomorrow. And I hope to get in your way in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for me, but I hope to be out there competing with you.
Hope to see you, man.
All right. Have a good one, Travis.
All right. See you later.
And that was our winner, Travis Bennett, here tonight, with a commanding lead in victory over these Truck Series drivers, with a 22-second lead as he finishes out this race. It's definitely a tough one. As Travis said, when it comes to how these cars drive, it's, oh man, Travis has it right, man. It's all about throttle control. It's all about what you can do there. If you can keep it without sliding, then you have a pretty good shot of winning the race here. Want to congratulate again Travis Bennett for his win again tonight. Stay tuned tomorrow night for the SCSRA Next Gen Dev Sports Cars Next Gen Series as we take on Sonoma as well. Want to thank you all tonight. Like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we go live. We appreciate you all tonight. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you.